You seem like you wake up and you just do what you want to do. Like, I know you got responsibility.
That's awesome.
Family,
Yeah,
for sure. But it's like,
yeah. Well, it's gotten closer. You know what I mean? I'm fortunate to not have to do things that I don't necessarily want to do as far as work goes and a living, but I can tell you that while I was going to school, and there were many years, many days of hot dogs,
yeah,
and no electricity, that cold showers. I remember
those build testosterone though. So like,
cold showers and a hand towel to dry off.
Struggles.
That was a quick one.
Yeah.
Go. But I made the decision at that time, early on, well, early enough when we were going to acting school, waiting tables, doing the here and there, and, they really didn't care about me or anybody else working as far as I could tell. At the end of the day, they got to put people on the floor to serve food. I get it, but I'm a little more, I need more, contact.
Right.
We got to connect, or we're not going to work good together. That's just how, unfortunately, I just made the decision. If I'm going to do it, if I'm going to be an actor, then I'm going to just act.
Right.
If I got to eat hot dogs and take cold showers with a hand towel, but all I'm doing is acting, I'm an actor. I win. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people they won't even get there, and that's nothing down on them at all.
Right.
Listen, if I had the wherewithal and the intelligence to keep those good jobs, like a lot of my classmates did, they were just fine. They didn't have to worry about food and things like that. I would have done it, but I am who I am. I'm just wired a little different. So I just made that decision. We kind of all did. We made those comedy troupes, and next thing you know, we're only doing comedy. And not only are we just doing comedy, we're paying bills, we're eating, having a couple of beers on top of it. You know what I mean? So dedication, but you also gotta keep in mind of what your limitations are.
Yeah.
Work within them. Don't put yourself out too far that you're gonna wind up screwed. Unless, hey, all in. That's what you want to go for that too. Whatever you want to do.
Yes, sir.
I'm easy. I try not to judge. I've seen so many different things work for so many different situations. My best advice is do it.
But it's different for acting, though. I feel like a lot of people try acting, and either they stop or they quit, or they realize they're not good enough.
Sure,
they become
all of that.
self-aware in that way. So, what, like you said, you were wired different. Like, what's the difference between you and Joe Schmo who stopped acting, who probably could have been good, or who took that job?
I mean, besides the obvious that everybody's different.
Yeah.
Man, I've tried a lot of other things. I have had those ebbs and flows, those ups and downs, where, let's say for instance, when I got out of acting school, I graduated, and within a month, I had my first audition for Barney the Purple Dinosaur, the world tour, and I booked it. So I booked this gig, and I still had 6 more months until it started. And between those 6 months, I had no job. Right? So at one point, I was in Dallas, and I didn't have a job, and I went back home to Louisiana because I couldn't support myself. Although I had this awesome job coming ahead, right? So, I thought, wow, I'm going to have to get a regular job here in Louisiana and then go and do that gig, and then I'll move back to Louisiana. And it didn't take me 2 weeks before I was calling Rager, going like, this sucks. He was like, why don't you come back? I was like, how am I going to come back? He goes, come and get you. I'll see you when you get here.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just that, well, I got back to Houghton, and it was like Mayberry. You know, it was the same thing again, the same reason I left. Because there's nothing going on. I mean, love Houghton.
Right, for sure.
It brought me up. It's a great town to hang out in and chill. I'd have a house there and live for a bit, but, you know, not all the time.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So, you know, because of those ebbs and flows, you know, those downs, I decided, you know, well, they're not hiring me. They're not talking to me. They're not spitting on me.
Right.
So I'll do something else. And every time they call me in the middle of me switching gears.
Yeah.
And that started back in acting school as well. I'd get a job. I'd get hungry. I'd go get a waiting table job. Somebody want me for an acting gig. I'm an actor. I'm going to go do that acting gig and quit this waiting table job.
For sure.
And go get another waiting table job when I get done with this acting gig.
Right.
Made things hard.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my friends didn't take those acting gigs because they wanted to keep that waiting table job or that whatever job. At acting school, they were adults. I mean, we were all adults.
Right.
But there were people that had careers that put them on hold or were doing this, you know, spare time or whatever, you know, that couldn't go and do that other job. So it's just I've tried a lot of other things, and I do best performing.
Yeah.